Hi football fans, I'm Arthur Buanakau and I'm super excited for the first episode of the WSB Football Show. Can you believe it? Football is back and I want you to get all the ka-ching that World Sports Betting has to offer. Every Fridays, this is what we're going to do. We have a date where we get to look at the biggest games from across the European leagues and also back home on the African continent. On the first day, we've got Brentford, who have come from the Championship to take on London's favorite, Arsenal. But of course, since Mikel Arteta has been at the dugouts with the Gunners, it hasn't been the best season. Well, at least the last 4 to 5, if you consider the fact that Arsene Wenger and Unai Emery were the managers that would obviously given their philosophies at Arsenal. Well, I just hope that you know that Aubameyang, who's a goal-poaching African icon, is a man that you want to put your hand up for. But when you think about Brentford's rise from the Championship, you think of guys like Ivan Toney, 31 goals in 45 matches. I wonder what the odds are for Brenton versus Arsenal. A win, 4.10. You do the math. A draw, 3.75. And for Arsenal to win, it's going to be 1.90. Man United versus Leeds. Leeds last season come into the Premier League, the top flight of English football. From the Championship, they do a number against Liverpool, and United are saying, OMG. Transfer news has been quite interesting, right? Manchester United have managed to get Jadon Sancho and Rafael Varane during the transfer window, just so that they can boost those hopes and the glory days will return to Old Trafford. So the big question, what are the odds? A lot of people saying Man United to win by 1.55, a draw 4.5, and Leeds to take the victory away, which is also very massive against United, 5.75. Match day 3, Norwich versus Liverpool. This was also a game that was quite the talking point 2 seasons ago. Jurgen Klopp, with his charges when he was playing that high-octane football, finally meets a Norwich City that are playing Route 1 football, literally attacking in the attacking third against the back four. But Virgil van Dijk is not going to allow that to happen. So the question is, are the odds going to favor Norwich, which is 8.25? A draw will be 5.75. And of course, a win for Liverpool, who are the first-time champions from Merseyside in over 31 years, is 1.35. Now to this one, Tottenham Hotspur versus Manchester City. We've got a new manager in London who's taken the reins just after Mauricio Pochettino ended his campaign with the North Londoners. They're still trying to compete with the likes of Arsenal, but I'll tell you what, Harry Kane is staying at Tottenham Hotspur, but he's up against Manchester City. The citizens also let go of Kun Aguero. They were hoping that Messi would be the guy that comes to the Citizens Etihad Stadium, but as the French says, Messi beaucoup. All right, the odds for that match: Tottenham to win by 5.5, a draw 4.15, and of course Manchester City with a 1.65 odds. That is, of course, for Pep Guardiola and the 3-time Premier League champions. I'm so happy I'm done with European football. I mean, the palpitations cannot be handled. Let's move away from English football to the game that we love so much in the African continent. But I promise to bring you that in part 2 of the WSB Football Show.
Cash Out from World Sports Betting allows you to change your mind during the game, making you a winner even if your team doesn't. Go to wsb.co.za. World Sports Betting. Bet with the best.
Hey guys, welcome back to the WSB Football Show. It's part 2 and I'm talking about Africa. Africa, my desire. So let's make money. The MTN 8, guys. Football is back in local Diski. Golden Arrows versus Super Sports United. Kaiteno Tembo has been an incredible Zimbabwean manager for Matsatsansa. He's been able to get that team in the last 2 to 3 seasons in the top 4. But he's up against Abafana Bastende. Hey, how's that for a Congolese tongue, right? The Golden Arrows, KZN outfit that were not able to, of course, produce the same kind of feats that Amazulu did. But let's not get into that. The odds. Golden Arrows versus Super Sports United on match day 1, the quarterfinals of the MTN 8. Golden Arrows to win by 2.55. Do you agree? Do you not agree? Let me know. The draw, 3.2. Super Sports United, listen to this, 2.85. That is the reading. And of course, if you get it right on the day, you win big with World Sports Betting. Let's go to match 2, Orlando Pirates, a classic Soweto derby between Pirates and Swallows. Of course, they were able to do a number in the previous season. They are the defending champions. Morocco Swallows come from the Glad Africa Championship, which has been, if you ask me, a circus. They get into the PSL, which is now called the DStv Premiership. The first 10 games, guys, 9 draws. Here's the odds. Pirates to win by 1.85, a draw 3.4, or if you're like many old school South African Morocco Swallows fans, 4.50 is the reading, of course, for that match. But the big one as well that's going to be taking place on Sunday is Sundowns versus Kaizer Chiefs. Mamelodi Sundowns are a powerhouse. Just after Pitso Mosimane builds this team into a dominant force in South Africa and also on the African continent, the 3 wise men were able to do the treble last season. So imagine how they come into this competition for the quarterfinal. But Baxter's back with the Glamour Boys. Kaizer Chiefs, who were dumped out of the CAF Champions League, of course, in the final, are definitely wanting to get the season started with some silverware. So what are the odds? Okay, Sundowns to possibly win 2.1, a draw 3.20. I know most fans would want that, but Kaizer Chiefs, just to remove a very bad last season, a win would be 3.60. Let me end with this match. Fans of the WSB Football Show, Cape Town City versus AmaZulu. Benny McCarthy, 3 seasons ago, did the impossible. He becomes a South African coach, gets his qualifications, puts on the badge, walks into Cape Town City, makes them finish in the top 2. Then he does the same thing at AmaZulu. They are playing in the CAF Champions League, guys, this season. It's all about Benny McCarthy. I don't even want to give you the odds because I must say that I'm in AmaZulu's corner. But if AmaZulu win, it will be a 2.05. A draw will be 3.20. And Cape Town City, a staggering 4.00. There you have it, fans. Part 1 and part 2 of the WSB Football Show. I'm Arthur Bonakawa. Join me next week for another exciting episode. But don't forget, this is the best place to get the best odds to make the best bets. Bet with the best.
Cash out from World Sports Betting allows you to change your mind during the game, making you a winner even if your team doesn't. Go to wsb.co.za. World Sports Betting. Bet with the best.